Hello everybody, welcome back to another 2 to 4 video. In this video we're going to be going over the Australian version of A Bug's Life on DVD. Now this release dates back to 2003, and I believe before this Australia had a single disc release from either 1999 or the early 2000s, but this is the 2003 version. On the top it says Collector's Edition. Below that, it has a character render of Flick, Dot, Heimlich, and Francis. And they're all surrounded by a leaf, and I believe this is one of the original posters. There's the logo of A Bug's Life with a black shadow, and it's rated G for general exhibition. On the spine we have the Disney Pixar logo, the A Bug's Life logo with the Collector's Edition subtitle, character profile, the catalog number, and the G certificate. On the back we have the special features listed. For disc 1, it's the feature, the audio commentary, and on disc 2, it's Inside a Bug's World, pre-production, production, sound design, release, outtakes, Academy Award-winning short, Jerry's Game, 1997 animated short. There's Heimlich, Francis, and whatever the stick bug's name is, still can't remember. Then there's a blurb about the film, the credits, the Walt Disney Home Entertainment logo, the Walt Disney Records logo, the Pixar Animation Studios logo, and then we get the technical specifications. It's Dolby Digital, THX-certified, 5.1, and 2.0. The German doesn't have a 5.1, it just has a 2.0 track. And it's Region 4, PAL, the runtime is 93 minutes, and it has English subtitles. Disc 1 is widescreen, and Disc 2 varies. It is a DVD disc, and it is rated G. And there's the barcode. Inside, we get Disc 1 with Flick on it, and the subtitles are orange, Disc 1 being an orange. It is Region 4 PAL, it's a DVD, it has Dolby Digital, runtime's 93 minutes, all the stuff we've seen on the back of the case. And then we have Disc 2, with the same picture from the back, but the subtitles are yellow this time, and it doesn't mention anything about the runtime because it's not the film. On the inside we get the inlay, which has all the scenes listed, but the security sticker is blocking some of them, but there's also a render of Flick too. And once we lift Disc 2 out of its hole, we get a whole navigation system for Disc 2, which lists all the features, and a caring for your DVD advertisement, or instructions, whatever you would like to call it. So that was the review of the Australian version. Now let's continue on to the American version. So the American version is quite different. It has a different render of each character, and it doesn't have them surrounded by leaves, but they're on a leaf. The cover art is very shiny and reflective, and instead of saying Collector's Edition at the top, it says 2 disc set, and then it specifies it's Collector's Edition. And A Bug's Life, the title of the film, is featured predominantly. And it also doesn't have a rating on the front, but it has a THX-certified logo. The spine is very similar, although it doesn't have a character profile of Hopper, it has a character profile of Flick. And there's the catalog number and the DVD logo. The DVD logo is different, as the Australian version uses an older one. The back is also very different, but I believe it has the same blurb, and it has the same bonus features. The credits are very different, and oddly enough, this one also has a Walt Disney Home Entertainment logo. And once again with the American version, it has a different guide in the case, and the discs are also very different. So between these two, they are very different, although both are English releases and both are rated G, oddly enough. So that's the review and comparison of both of these. And now we're going to go to the menus of the Australian one. On to Disc 1. Alright, once we boot up the disc, we get the Walt Disney Home Entertainment logo, which is the first of many changes and additions to this disc. At the menu, we get one play button instead of play widescreen and play full frame. This is because this disc only contains the widescreen version of the film. Chapter selection is changed to scene selection. Captions is changed to setup, and special audio is changed to bonus material. Let's go to the scene selection menu, and every scene has been changed to a number. This is because it's an international release, and this is a common practice for these types of releases.
In setup, we get English DTS, English Dolby Surround, THX Optimizer, English, and English for the hearing impaired. Once we click DTS, nothing happens, which is strange because usually there's a DTS menu. And when we click the THX Optimizer, it gives us the same old menu. In bonus material, we get the special audio options from the United States release. This includes sound effects, music, and audio commentary. Now those aren't the only changes to this disc. When we press play, a different warning screen, a different THX trailer, and a new logo appear. So let's press play. Here's the new warning screen, which is common for Australian UK releases. And then we get pleasantly surprised by the Disney DVD logo, which is the old one with the CGI Tinkerbell. Pure digital magic. And I believe after this we are presented with the Broadway THX trailer. Yep, digitally mastered for optimal video and audio performance. Digitally THX mastered. Or digitally mastered THX, however they want you to say it. And then we get a black screen, and then the movie shall start playing. And there it goes.
On to disc 2.
Alright, once we boot up disc 2, we get 2 audio and subtitle options, English and German. We're going to select English. Once disc starts, we get a video explaining the contents of the disc. We're going to skip this as it's unnecessary. Alright, here's the menu where we get pre-production, production, sound design, release, outtakes, and Gary's game. Let's click pre-production. In pre-production, we have the Fleabee reel and the story and editorial submenu, the research featurette, and the design submenu. Let's go into production, where we get behind the scenes, voice casting, early tests, and a progression demonstration. Let's go into sound design, which is its own featurette, and release, which is its own submenu. We get the theatrical release and the video release. In theatrical, we get the posters, the trailer, and the character interviews. Let's go through these posters. We got Heimlich, Hopper, Francis, Flick, Flick again, Flick, Flick, the gang, and the gang again, the gang, the Heimlich, Flick, the gang, and that's that. If we go into the video release, we get 2 featurettes on the reframing. Let's get out of here, and outtakes is just a submenu full of outtakes A, outtakes B, and a featurette explaining the whole, shebang. There is no Bugs Land or Finding Nemo preview, but there is the Gary's Game short, and that's about it for this disc. Not that much change from the 1999 disc 2, just it's all in PAL. That's all I can say for this disc.
Alright, we're finally to the end. This video has been in production for a long time, as first the seller sent me the wrong item, and then I just took a really long time to make this video. But to call it short, I hope you enjoyed the video. I went through really extensive menu walkthroughs, and I did an unboxing and comparison, so I hope that was sufficient enough, because my content is kind of boring, to be honest. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, I don't give a shit. Good night.